Onegaishimasu. I hope everyone is well. I'm going to read Shokushu number 12 this morning. Ki development exercises. The experience of mind and body unification when we are in a quiet state is easy. However, true unification is not disturbing mind and body unification even when we are in motion. The Ki exercises are training us to maintain mind and body unification constantly, whether we are awake or asleep. By applying them to everything in our daily life, we can perform to the best of our ability in all things. So I'd like to, first I'd like to thank everyone for your many emails and encouragement that you've been giving me. I appreciate that. And also for your questions and suggestions. Normally on Sunday morning at this time, we're doing Sokushin no Gyo. And if you recall, the words to Sokushin no Gyo are Toho Kami Emi Tame. This means in English, with the sharp sword of my will, I penetrate the mirror universe and polish my character like a beautiful crystal ball. So this is these words are chosen for this very, very important exercise by Tohei Sensei, because they are the primary activity of a human being that's practicing. When we're born, let me do something here. So when we're born into this human body, we immediately begin searching for why. What is it all about? What are we doing here? It's a very difficult question to answer because we have this propensity to escape pain and receive pleasure. So as long as we're engaged in that activity, we're not also engaged in Toho Kami Emi Tame. We are not engaged in awakening to the mirror universe and as a result, polishing our character, awakening to the purpose of being here. One of the recommendations or questions that I received a lot of yesterday after Friday night's lecture was, could I please say some more about this business of this habit that we have of always trying to fix the other person first? Does anybody have trouble with that? Yeah, we all do. All of us. That's a normal human activity because we don't see the mirror universe. We don't see what we're looking at here. We don't realize we're looking in a mirror. So we think we need to fix the thing that disturbs us over there. But actually, the reason what's over there disturbs us is because it's us. And it's the part of ourselves, the very part we want to fix over there is the very part that we're blind to within ourselves. The very part that's right in front of our eyes, but we cannot see it. Granted, this is a very maybe difficult thing to adapt this kind of practice that I'm recommending to you. Because our senses tell us that there's something over there, that person is over there. We see all these differences. We see the space between us. And so as a result of that, we're completely convinced that that other person has nothing whatsoever to do with us beyond what we allow in terms of our emotion. And our emotion is all about escaping from pain and getting pleasure. So that's how we see the world out here. But that's not our practice. Our practice is to awaken to the things that are holding us back. And in some way, you might say that's where I come in, I being the teacher. None of us like to be told what to do. So even though my responsibility is often to point out what's right in front of your face that you're not seeing, I'm very cautious and careful about doing that. If a person is a true student and they're actively engaged in toho kami e mitame in every moment that they're with me, then I'll say it directly right out, because I know they'll awaken to it themselves. But if the student is like fair weather student, Suzuki Sensei called it a fair weather student, meaning the student that only likes and listens to the sensei when when the sensei is being nice to them or praising them. But when the teacher is telling them something that they don't want to look at, then very difficult. Then maybe they don't listen. So this is a fair weather student. But the only time that this unique situation with teacher and student occurs is when the student actually shows up. And just by showing up in the dojo or showing up online like this, showing up here in front of me, you're asking me to say something. Sometimes you come right out, like I said, and send me an email and ask me a question. But even if you don't, your presence here is asking me. That's what you're doing here, right? But for the rest of the people in my life, even though I'm a teacher right now, but for the rest of the people in my life, they're not asking me. So I'm not telling them. I'm not fixing them. The famous philosopher from China, Confucius, said, if you want to fix the world, first you gotta fix your country. If you want to fix your country, first you have to fix your community. If you want to fix your community, first you have to fix your family. And if you want to fix your family, first you have to fix yourself. It all starts with understanding the self. That's why I'm constantly, all teachers really are constantly recommending awareness, folks. Constantly recommending, notice what's right in front of you. Notice what's going on in front of you. That's you. So actually, there's no problem with being unduly disturbed, as Toi Sensei says, by things that are in motion around you in your daily life, as long as you're practicing, as long as you see the purpose of life, which is for us, each of us, to awaken. And to awaken, we have to notice those things that are standing in our way and deal with them. We don't complain about them. We don't put them off on someone else. we find a way to address them. All right, well, that's just a little bit more about this, the problem that everybody is preoccupied with. Isn't it amazing how many people blame other people for their own state of emotion, for their own state of mind? We all do it. When that's what's called ignorance. That's what's called not noticing. Okay, let's start our Sunday morning sitting now, okay? We'll begin with some key breathing. Sit up straight, close your eyes. All right. I'd like to point out that we have many students here whose native language is not English. And I don't want you to feel left out. So if you have a question or a comment, please feel free to speak it in your native language. If you speak Dutch, I'll ask Toby Vogels to translate for you. And when I say translate, I don't mean word by word, but just basically listen to the question or the comment and then repeat it as best you can. If you're Spanish, Carlos Boyer will please translate. If you're Russian, maybe it would be good to have Andrei Belishov, because he's so good at English, he can translate for you. And are there any other languages? German. So maybe Olaf can translate. He's very fluent in both languages. Olaf Schubert. Okay? So now all you foreigners can ask me questions now or say something. Probably Rafa Gandia would be good to begin. I'm looking right at you. You have to turn your mute button off.
Hey, hola, Sensei. Buenos días.
Está.
¿Podría, por favor, explicar un poco cómo podemos realizar correctamente o mejorar la meditación de cuerpo entero? No sé si has escuchado bien, Sensei Carlos. Gracias.
Would you be able, Sensei, to explain a bit how we can improve our meditation for the whole body meditation? Thank you.
How to improve it? Okay. Well, the best way to improve is to practice it a lot. Of course.
Would you like me to translate that, Sensei? La mejor forma de mejorar esta práctica es practicar mucho.
And I mean, yes, and also, Rafa, of course, I'm not always there to like talk you through this the way I do when you're here. But if you're going to practice this on your own, then feel free to take yourself through the process of breathing into, telling yourself to breathe into these areas. And it's gradually, doesn't really even include words so much as awareness. So you can be aware that the one point is connected via every cell and every molecule and every atom through the tips of your toes. And you can be aware and notice and experience that your heart center radiates through your hands and your chest and even your back. And then further, you can be aware and experience and notice the great power of listening and speaking that we've been given, that is located here in this part of our body. And of course, finally, you begin to realize that you can't even know all this without this fourth center, which is insight, which is understanding, which is noticing, you know? So this is mind-body unification times 1,000. Okay, so now you have to say that to him.
Thank you, Sensei. Entonces, Sensei dice que puedes guiarte a ti mismo, como Él no está contigo a todo momento, guiarte a ti mismo, pero se trata más que palabras, se trata de esta conciencia, autoconciencia de estas regiones de la respiración y de, por ejemplo, sentir el corazón como irradia hasta los dedos y el poder de la expresión que existe en esta zona. Y como no podemos saber nada sin esta parte que está aquí arriba, entonces todo esto en su conjunto forma este tipo de meditación y es una meditación por 1000, ¿no? Es la mente-cuerpo unificada por 1000.
Very good, thank you. Okay, Rafa.
Okay, thank you very much, Sensei. Muchas gracias, Sensei Carlos, también por la traducción. Un saludo.
Yes, thank you. I hope the rest of you don't mind making this available this way, because I want to include everyone. So maybe someone now from another country, like Russia. Yes, Aliona.
Hello, Sensei. Hello, everyone. Sensei, you present the form that somebody's fixed. Do you hear me?
Yes.
And that I should fix myself. But if I that the world is okay or the world is wrong, something wrong, and no, I just show to present. But if I feel that the world is okay, I don't want to fix anything, but something wrong with me, and I want to fix myself.
So what's the question?
The question, what to do if I don't want to fix somebody, but I always want to fix myself.
Oh, okay, I understand. Thank you. Yeah, so what we discover when we try to fix ourselves is that is self trying to fix self, and doesn't work. You cannot fix. See, that it's not like an object. That's the problem. When you try to fix something, you make it apart from you. You make it an object, like a car to fix, or some broken thing to fix. You create a separation between you. You make it an object. So that's why we say that's not how change happens. That's not how evolution happens, by fiddling with it. It happens as is necessary. And as is necessary becomes evident to us through our awareness. That's why we say, if you want to fix yourself, you have to notice what's going on. So that's why the mirror universe is so important, because it constantly brings you back to noticing what's going on here, not so much being disturbed by what's happening over there. So by noticing what we are habitually doing, by noticing what is in our subconscious mind and keeps coming up as a reaction to things that happen or people that we know, then by noticing that, we have something, we get so tired of being like that, let's put it that way, that we automatically, it changes. Not we change it. By using our awareness, which is the tool we have, okay? The tool we have to use is paying attention. So by using that awareness, all change happens, all evolution happens. And when we get in and try to actually do something to change, we just get in the way of evolution. And we have, when we put our attention on changing something ourselves, a couple things are wrong. Number one, we don't exist as a change agent. There is an agent that changes somehow here, but it's not the small mind ego. It's not the one that thinks it needs to fix things. So the second part of that is patience, learning to wait and watch and notice what's happening. And that's also the same thing as calmness and acceptance and relaxation. And when we're practicing these, we experience the unification of everything. And then we see there's nothing needs to be fixed exactly. Okay?
Thank you, Sensei.
Okay. Okay, someone else, please.
Hello, Sensei.
Oh, hello, how are you?
Fine.
Tell everyone who you are. Say who you are, where you're from.
Sophia from Germany. Olaf Sensei, can you translate, please?
Sure.
Meine Frage ist ein bisschen kompliziert. Ich habe Probleme in der Meditation durch eine Nachricht von meiner Ärztin, was mich sehr beschäftigt. Und egal in welche Methode ich gehe, ob das Ki-Atmung oder Meditation ist, fällt es mir sehr schwer, diese Nachricht von dem Arzt beiseite zu lassen.
Great, we can all practice our language skills.
So what Sophia is asking is, she went to the doctor and got told something that is going on with her, and when she is sitting in meditation, she has trouble letting this thought go. No matter what meditation she is trying, this persists, and she doesn't know how to let go of that thinking, this thought, yeah.
To put in her head. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah, what she was told by the doctor is a thought in her head, and she can't get rid of it in meditation.
Yeah, well, this is, that's a very deep thing. So we all experience, sometimes we hear a song and then we can't get the song out of our head, the little tune. And so what do? It goes away by itself, but it doesn't go away because we try to make it go away. This is really the same thing I was talking to Aliana about. It's not, you cannot fix yourself. You remember that doctor's words because you're trying to change it. You're trying to fix it. You feel something is wrong and you cannot let go of that wrongness. But instead, practice awareness. Practice just sitting in awareness, sitting and noticing what's going on, not judging yourself. To be right or wrong, successful or failing, good, bad, no. Don't judge. Just listen. Just notice. Just be in awareness. Just rest in awareness. You can say something to her.
So, Sophia, I don't know if you... Hast du das verstanden, Sophia? Jetzt hat sie ihr Mikro aus. Okay, Sophia, so was Sensei gesagt hat, ist...
Yeah,
dass,
I understand.
okay, good. She understood, Sensei.
Yes, I'm not saying, by the way, Sophia, that it should be easy. I'm not just saying, oh, just let it go. No, no, no. I know how difficult. But it is more particular difficult. So I fix that for you. But you can. And yes, it's very difficult. But you know what? When we have something really difficult, when we work our way through that difficult and get to the other side of that difficult, the awareness is so much greater because it was so difficult. So you're very fortunate. You have something good to work on. So don't feel bad about this. It's just learning to sit in it completely. Okay? Yeah, and we all love you and support you, so.
Thank you very much, Sensei.
All right, well, it's 8 o'clock, and I really appreciate your patience with the language situation. I wanted to just try that just to see if anyone that who wanted to speak was not able to. So thank you very much for coming, and domo arigatou gozaimashita, and I will see you again very soon.